start with an opening statement, then we'll take questions for the players, let them go, and then questions for TJ at the end.
We came out today probably not with the energy we would have liked to have, but I'm proud of our team and our guys for digging in. And in that second half, we played with a lot more energy, resiliency. We shared the basketball and we played for one another. And, you know, you're going to have to find different ways to win games when things don't go exactly the way you want. And I felt like our guys stepped up in that second half and really allowed us to separate and come out with the win.
For both of you guys, after the struggles of offensively of last weekend, first half tonight, you know, how good did it feel to shoot? You know, it was hovering around 75% there in the second half.
I mean, I feel like we just trusted our offense and trusted ourselves. And, you know, Caleb was hitting. So, I mean, you know, we had guys that stepped up, made big threes, and just really gave us momentum. And then that helped spread the floor out, get easier paint touches, stuff like that, which led to higher percentage.
I thought we did a good job playing for each other. I thought we took the right shots in the second half, and I feel like that's why we shot at such a high percentage. We were all playing for each other, and we just wanted to get the best shot for the team each possession in the second half.
Caleb, I think if I remember right, you've been a streaky shooter pretty much your whole life, and you got into one of those grooves in the second half. What, you know, you kind of touched on it there, but what was it feeling like, you know, with you? What were you feeling like right then during the second half?
I hit a couple in the first half, so I was feeling pretty good in the second half. But like I said, just taking the right shots, and, you know, credit to my teammates. They were helping me get open looks, you know, looking for me on throughout the offense. So, you know, credit to them for getting me the open shot. So they pretty much get all the credit. I just kind of get the glory for making the shot.
Caleb, how much confidence do you have at the three-point line right now, and how much is your all-around game fueling that intensity on the defensive end and all of that?
Yeah, I just think it starts with bringing energy and effort. You know, if I feel like, you know, coach has always told me, if your energy and effort's high, you know, you'll just play better on both ends of the floor. So, you know, coming into the game today, I just kind of wanted to have a high energy and a high effort on the defensive end. And, you know, it led to me personally having a good shooting game. So just trying to do that night in and night out. So,
Isaiah, when did you know that Caleb had it going from out there?
Probably the first two, probably in the first half, I knew that he had it going. And when he gets like that, we really just, you know, just keep giving him confidence and just keep giving him the ball, finding him in spots, and just tell him let it fly.
Anything else for the players? Okay, guys, thank you.
Good job.
Questions for Coach?
TJ, what did Caleb find when he joined you in Vegas, just in terms of his confidence and overall game?
Well, you know, obviously Caleb and I have a relationship that goes back a number of years. I started recruiting him at South Dakota State, saw something special in him, know how much he wants to be a great teammate. He cares about others around him, and he wants to play well. And you heard him say, you know, that he just wanted to play really hard with energy and effort. And then the reality of the game sets in, and you're not thinking about offense, but it comes to you. So, you know, obviously Caleb is someone that means a lot to me. He means a lot to our team. And there's nothing better as a coach than when you see someone put in that hard work, show that character, and then when they have success based on their habits. So I'm really proud of Caleb for that.
Offensively in the second half, was it as simple as shot making, or was there more to it in terms of generating looks?
Well, I felt like we had a more aggressive mentality. Even when we attacked their press, it was trying to get the ball advanced up the court. Felt like in that first half, again, we've seen a lot of different defensive looks. They hadn't shown zone a possession all year, and then they came in today and started in zone and, you know, 2-2-1. And so we've got to be prepared to attack and be aggressive no matter what's out there. But I do think our guys were a little bit caught off guard. And so it took us a minute to just settle in. But we really preached in the locker room at half and in our huddles that speeding them up forcing them to play faster will cause them to shoot shots they're not used to shooting. And now we will be aggressive in transition to attack the paint and make the plays that are there. So we didn't have to play against a set defense, I felt like, quite as much. We had a lot more aggressive mentality, and it certainly helps, with Isaiah scoring at the rim, George scoring at the rim, and guys like Caleb and Jazz banging a bunch of threes.
If you're not going to be a 40% three-point shooting team as a team, how important is it to have a guy like Caleb or Jazz that at least can be those zone busters, or somebody that's going to have to be accountable for, or be accounted for by the defense?
Yeah, we preach to everybody on our team that when they come into the game, they need to make an instant impact. And for each player, that's something different. It always requires, a lot of effort, ball pressure, and rebounding effort. But specifically for Jazz and Caleb, you see the confidence they shoot the basketball with, and that gives us a different look offensively. And so it's really important to our team that they continue to stay in that rhythm, that their teammates look for them. They hunt those shots because, look, I've got a lot of confidence in our other guys to shoot the basketball as well. But right now those guys both have a good rhythm and certainly did today, and we need to continue to play the strengths of our team.
When Caleb got the ball early in the second half, I think it was, between the rings, you were probably the closest person to him. What was your, right then that he was going to crank it? I mean, what was your thought process with him?
Yeah, I just wanted to reinforce the confidence that I have in him, and for him to trust the work that he does every single day. And I've seen it firsthand, being his coach for 2 years, how hard he works. And I wanted to just remind him that he's earned the right to make those shots. And so, he apologized to me as he missed one. And I said, there's no need to apologize. You're going to make the next one. And then he kind of laughed it off. So I would say more than anything, I'll always be a believer in, those habits every day. And I've seen them firsthand for 2 years. And I just want guys to trust the work that they put in, and fortunate Caleb did that.
Defensively, I know they shot a good percentage in the second half, but you held them right around what you're holding everybody, 37%. You feel like the intensity, the effort you talked about was pretty consistent on that end?
Well, they did a really good job of playing smaller than they normally do and trying to space us, drive it, get back cuts, skips on the backside. Their plan was very intentional. At times, it got us spaced out more than we would like. Felt like we were just a step slow reacting from under the goal to take some of the charges that we normally take. Once you take 2, 3, 4 charges, now guys start to second guess themselves, and they're in their own head. We didn't have that dynamic tonight that we usually do in taking those charges, and we didn't generate quite as many turnovers, and so we weren't putting them in as tough of a spot to adjust the concepts that they were putting out there. At the same time, we have really high standards and demands for the way we're going to play defense, and that involves a lot of physicality. And I thought there was more possessions, even though they shot a better percentage in the second half. I felt like we had some more physicality, which caused them to play faster and get us in transition.
Saw Chicago State go into a pause this weekend. It seemed Tuesdays may be up in the air for them. Games all across the country kind of like that. Are you guys back to managing schedule uncertainty in a way that you probably had hoped was a thing of the past?
Well, all I know is right now that all my attention, our guys' attention, was on the game today. I'm aware of, what happened with their game, and as far as I know, we're continuing to play that game. So we're going to quickly turn our preparation to Chicago State for the rest of the day today and get back to the practice court tomorrow and be prepared to play that game on Tuesday until someone says otherwise. As far as like scheduling in general, we're going to control what we can control, and that's our process, how we do things, being intentional about details. And there's things that are out of our control, so we're going to put all our effort and energy into the controllables, having a great practice every day, and taking things one day at a time with schedule, just like we do on the practice court.
I guess, are you to the point where you got to accept that there's probably going to be disruptions again this year, for the next few months, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know enough about that. I know I trust our medical team and our staff and the plan that we have in place, and so we'll continue to be, we'll demanding with that process and how we do it. And we're not going to get ahead of ourselves on anything. We're fortunate where we're at right now, and we're just taking it one day at a time. And I see what's going on in other places, but I spend very little time focusing on anything other than what does our team need to do to be our best today and then hit repeat tomorrow.
If it's somebody other than Chicago State, you find out after practice tomorrow or whatever, how much, will that put you in any kind of scramble mode or anything like that? Or?
Yeah, we think things through ahead of time on every aspect of our program. We have a plan. We execute that plan. So there's not anything that'll come up that I perceive us ever being in scramble mode. We are aware of what's going on. We'll have a plan. We'll execute the plan. And we'll be ready to play Chicago State on Tuesday until someone tells me otherwise. Thank you, TJ. Thank you.
Thank you, TJ.
Thank you, sir.